designated
And the
individuals.
people you fired, those 12 people, they were experts on Iran, were they not?
I don't believe so.
They worked in counterintelligence, did they not?
I'm taking you at your word, sir. I'm not familiar with every
You're the
single
chief
word.
director. I'm not. You should know the answer. You fired the people. Where did they work?
People were terminated for violating their ethical obligations and the high standards.
Was
that we
the ethical
have.
violations that they dealt with the case of the classified documents that were found at the bathroom in Mar-a-Lago, was that the ethical issue?
As I said earlier, all those matters are pending litigation, so I'm not going to comment on them.
They finally got them. After every hearing, every dodge, every filibuster, even after an agent was fired on Halloween while his kids stood at the door in their costumes, it all led to this moment. 2 FBI agents have now filed a federal lawsuit naming Kash Patel and Palm directly. And this isn't a congressional hearing where they can hide behind 5-minute time limits and friendly chairs. This is federal court, under oath, with discovery, depositions, and real consequences. The lawsuit makes a claim that no one in this administration once stated out loud in a courtroom. Political loyalty to Donald Trump is not a legal requirement for employment at the FBI. It also alleges that firing individuals because they investigated him could constitute a crime. Now, here's what they're being sued for. When Kash Patel was questioned in Congress about these exact firings, his response said everything. Watch.
So my specific question is that there was a report that came out in February from CNN that the FBI had let go or fired dozens of agents and staff members from a counterintelligence unit tasked with monitoring Iran. And apparently the reason, at least reported in the press, was that these individuals had been involved in the investigation of classified document handling from President Trump at Mar-a-Lago, and that this was the reason why they were summarily let go. First of all, are you aware of those firings, and do you concur with the rationale or reason for those firings?
I'm aware of that, and I know there's a pendency of litigation, so I'm not able to comment on them.
Did you yourself order those firings?
The FBI, every time there is someone who violates their code of conduct or ethical standard, conducts an internal investigation with the careers there, and they present a decision point to me. The Iranian Threat Mission Center has seen an increase of 43% in arrests for Iranian spy actors. So the Iranian Threat Mission Center has never been stronger.
So I'm asking about whether those people were fired because they were involved in the investigation of the document handling by President Trump, not for any behavior issues. Is that your understanding as well?
Again, ma'am, I can't comment on them because those are in pending litigation.
I guess I'm a little stymied here, Director, because it feels as though literally when there was a possible pending war, I'm outside of this intelligence circle in many ways, even though I serve on the Intelligence Committee. You collectively must have been aware when these firings happened that there was a meaningful chance that the U.S. might be engaged with a war in Iran. And having these very expert, super qualified folks summarily dismissed at this time, it just feels like an odd choice in timing. Were you aware at the time that this was going down, that this may end up weakening the mission and the readiness of that group?
The mission, as I stated, has never been stronger when you see a 43% increase in counterintelligence arrests and 21% increase in cyber arrests against the Iranian Threat Mission Center. My focus is on providing the American people the strongest FBI as possible. I don't work on timelines. I work on evidence that's presented to me.
I guess my concern is that it feels as though, and I very much honor the tone and tenor of this hearing, that this is about making sure that that we depoliticize what is the most important thing that we all do, which is keep us safe. And it feels as though this issue is a political issue, and I just am worried that we are taking really good, really qualified people and picking fights with one another across party lines, rather than making sure that we protect ourselves and keep ourselves safe.
He said he couldn't comment because of pending litigation, the very lawsuit those fired agents had just filed. That means he knew legal action was coming, yet he still failed to give a straight answer in Congress. Here's why this is more than just politically embarrassing. It's potentially dangerous. These weren't random employees. They were counterintelligence specialists, the very people responsible for monitoring Iran. And Kash Patel fired them right before the United States moved toward war with Iran. He acknowledged during the same hearing that he knew conflict was coming, yet he still dismissed the Iran experts. Watch what happens when Congress pressed him directly about that timing.
Director Patel, you had a question from Dr. Jackson about the shutdown we're in now with Homeland Security, and I believe you said that this would be harmful to America because of the threat from Iran. Is that correct? Do I recall that correctly?
Generally, yes, sir.
How many days before we invaded Iran did you know we were going to launch an invasion?
We can get into those details in a classified setting, but I work with my colleagues across the spectrum here to give me advance warning so that we can reinforce.
Was it 2 days, 3 days, a month?
It was sometime before that, sir.
Sometime before that. So you had not. With that knowledge, why did you fire at least a dozen agents in Counterintelligence Unit 12 that specializes in Iran counterintelligence, which makes us much less secure and safe with this war going on from Iranian attacks potentially against our country?
As I said earlier, Congressman, I don't work on timelines when these terminations occur. There are internal investigations conducted by the careers at the FBI that highlight unethical or inappropriate conduct, and it's up to me to make the decision. But our Iran Threats Mission Center has never been more resourced, as I've highlighted, a 43% increase in counter-espionage arrests from Iran alone, and 360 ongoing terrorism investigations with Iran-affiliated
And
individuals.
the people you fired, those 12 people, they were experts on Iran, were they not?
I don't believe so.
They worked in counterintelligence, did they not?
I'm taking you at your word, sir. I'm not familiar with every
You're the
single
chief
word.
director. I'm not. You should know the answer. You fired the people. Where did they work?
People were terminated for violating their ethical obligations and the high standards that
Was the
we
ethical
have.
violations that they dealt with the case of the classified documents that were found at the bathroom in Mar-a-Lago, was that the ethical issue?
As I said earlier, all those matters are pending litigation, so I'm not going to comment on them.
The mission has never been stronger. That's what he repeated every single time. Fire the Iran experts right before a potential conflict with Iran? The mission has never been stronger. Get sued by the agents you pushed out? The mission has never been stronger. Announce the wrong murder suspect on social media and delete it 2 hours later? Still, the mission has never been stronger. Even writing children's books praising his boss, somehow the mission remained stronger than ever. But here's what this lawsuit actually establishes, and what few people are talking about. This isn't just two dismissed agents venting frustration. It's a federal complaint filed in district court, creating an official legal record. And that record alleges that Kash and Pam carried out a systematic purge of the FBI shortly after Donald Trump returned to the White House. According to the complaint, dozens of agents were removed, not for breaking laws or violating policy, but for working on cases connected to Trump. Investigators tied to the January 6th United States Capitol attack? Gone. The team handling the Mar-a-Lago classified documents? Gone. Iran counterintelligence specialists? Dismissed right before tensions escalated. These Iran specialists weren't just ordinary bureaucrats. They were professionals who spent years studying how Iranian intelligence networks operate. That kind of expertise doesn't get replaced overnight. It walks out the door the moment those people are fired. Now connect that to everything else. Pam is named in the same lawsuit, the same Pam accused of dodging a subpoena, the same figure linked to disputed testimony and withheld documents. Both of them, same lawsuit, same federal court, same allegation, political retaliation. And this time, they can't hide behind pending litigation because they are the pending litigation. In federal court, talking points don't matter. Statistics don't matter. The only thing that matters is evidence. And these agents claim they've been building that evidence since the day they were fired. So here's the real question. Do you think either of them faces real consequences? Or does Donald Trump